13 years inside a concrete cage, and Taylor's one shot at freedom just became a death sentence. He must butcher a man inside these walls, or his only son will be murdered out on the streets. Before he makes the impossible choice, we have to go back to where the nightmare truly began. Inside the block, Taylor's day begins like the last 13 years. He stays quiet, careful, and totally invisible. But that fragile piece shatters instantly. He discovers half the cell block crammed into his tiny cell. Alex runs the contraband trade inside the prison. Now his lucrative product is missing. Everyone blames Taylor and his cellmate. Taylor returns to his empty routine. He cooks, smokes 2 cigarettes, and takes stolen pills. He just wants to drift away. When his stash dries up, he trades barbering work for Alex and Silva. In exchange, he gets 2 crucial pills. He locks himself away to use in peace. And just when he thinks the worst is over, it gets so much worse. A sudden summons calls him away. A counselor asks about substance use or self-harm. The strange question clearly puzzles him. Then she delivers shocking news. He might be eligible for early release. It is conditional but entirely real. She slides a thick file across the desk. He must organize his outside life first. But what outside life does he have? Over 13 years have slowly vanished. He doesn't even know where to begin. His first desperate move is calling Becky. She is Adam's mother. The moment he tries, he uncovers the truth. She changed her number. Of course she did. The next morning, Taylor opens the daunting file. He stares blankly at the questions. His broken mind won't cooperate. He can barely imagine the outside world now. Then the disruptive noise starts. Loud, shameless singing echoes outside the heavy door. His new cellmate has officially arrived. His name is D. One look confirms the terrifying truth. This is not a man to take lightly. D just survived 3 days in solitary. His designer clothes still carry dark blood stains. They hint at whatever brutal event happened recently. He casually unpacks a PlayStation. He stacks innocent-looking food by his bed, but what he truly sells runs much deeper. Taylor watches it all with dead eyes. He doesn't care. He just needs to escape. The rest of the block gravitates toward D. It happens almost immediately. A man wanders in asking for tuna. D aggressively tries to upsell him. The hesitant guy doesn't budge. Another man cautiously asks for deodorant. That's when D violently erupts. He accuses the man of spying for the Green Gang. D slams a metal lid into his face. The brutal impact draws fresh blood. He turns to Taylor with wild eyes. He demands to know about the Green Gang. Taylor has absolutely no idea. He doesn't know who they are. D squints at him suspiciously. He thinks Taylor might be a spy, too. What none of them realize yet is that it's already too late. The next morning, Taylor wrings out an empty toothpaste tube. He just tries to scrape enough together. D tosses his own tube over silently. It's a small, quiet gesture, but from D, it means something huge. Later, Taylor reaches an outside friend. He finally secures Becky's new number. The moment she hears his voice, everything freezes. She fiercely demands how he got her number. She wants absolutely nothing to do with him. Taylor swears he isn't asking for much. He just wants a chance to see Adam. Becky doesn't even blink. She reminds him of Adam's last visit. Taylor was completely unconscious the entire time. He couldn't even take care of himself. 14 years have passed since Adam heard from him. She abruptly hangs up the phone. Taylor knows she is entirely right. Every single word is true, but it doesn't make the longing any smaller. That night, he passes by Alex's cell. He collects his 2 essential pills. He ensures D is deeply asleep. Then he uses in the crushing dark, but D's sharp eyes snap open. He already knew the dark truth. He quietly tells Taylor he figured it out. He knows his roommate has a severe problem. The next day, D pulls up a sickening video. One of his men systematically dismantles someone. That is what happens to people who test him. Then D offers something sinister. He offers to force Becky back into Taylor's life. Taylor frantically shakes his head. He doesn't want her back. He only wants his son, Adam. Can D get him a secret phone? D smiles and hands over his personal device. Taylor is glued to that phone all day. He searches until he finds Adam's online profile. He stares intensely at the recent photos. Dee practically bounces with nervous energy. He pressures Taylor to send a message immediately. Finally, he types the heavy words, "I'm your father." Adam reads it quickly. Heavy silence follows. Taylor sends a second desperate message. He includes his new number this time just in case. Beat later, Taylor stands at the sink smoking. He spots a small drone hovering outside. A mysterious bag dangles from the machine. He knows exactly what hides inside. He waves and signals frantically. He hopes the operator realizes this is the wrong cell. They clearly don't. Once the coast is completely clear, he reaches out with a long broom handle. He pulls the bag in before guards notice. He hands Taylor a calming pill. He tells him to breathe deeply. The lazy guard. That night, a strange unknown number calls. It is Adam. Dee quickly passes the phone to Taylor. Taylor has had 13 years to prepare, but he can't find a single word. He awkwardly asks if Adam is okay. Then the line goes dead. Later, Dee surprisingly opens up a little. He shares how he ended up locked inside. 5 years for a hidden weapon he didn't know about. Then he asks Taylor for his dark story. Taylor doesn't want to go there, but he does. After Adam was born, he needed cash fast. He possessed some illegal pills. He thought they were weak and totally harmless. One lethal batch wasn't. He sold them at a wild party. A buyer went into severe medical distress. The man sweated through his clothes and died. Taylor took the agonizing weight of the whole night, 15 long years. Then his entire world brutally collapses. Alex and his vicious men pour into the cell. The savage beating instantly begins. They demand the hidden product. Dee refuses to give an inch. They pummel him until he is out cold. Then they drag Taylor into the nightmare. He stalls. He outright refuses, but a sharp blade suddenly appears. Taylor points a shaking finger at the floor panel. They rip the hiding spot wide open. Alex secures the stolen goods. Then he turns on Taylor with blinding rage. Silva films Dee's bloody body on the floor. He orders Taylor to punch his unconscious friend. Dee is rushed to the prison hospital. Taylor walks away with a deep gash. An officer issues a stern warning. Taylor only has 1 week left. He must stay perfectly clean. Do not ruin this. Then Adam suddenly calls via video chat. It rings on Dee's hidden phone. Taylor answers but keeps the camera totally dark. He just checks that Adam is safe. He abruptly ends the risky call. When Dee returns from the hospital, it is suffocating. The heavy silence fills the tiny cell. Taylor nervously follows him to apologize. Dee absolutely rejects the pathetic offer. One of Dee's loyal men transfers to their block. Dee tells Taylor the plain, brutal truth. When his strength returns, he will destroy them all. Taylor hands Dee a glass of water for peace. Dee uses the moment to attack him physically. You stood there while they butchered me. Taylor quietly absorbs every single punishing hit. He refuses to fight back. He offers no empty explanations. He only rises when Dee asks a final question. Does he plan to stand or want another round? The next morning, Silva violently tracks Taylor down. He demands a fresh shave for him and Alex. It must happen on Thursday during break. Dee carefully watches the tense conversation unfold. He spends the rest of the day boiling over. He abruptly wakes Taylor in the dead of night. He demands a sharp tool from the kitchen tomorrow. This is the moment the entire film has been building toward. Taylor drags himself into the kitchen the next morning. He moves slowly like a man drowning underwater. Every single nerve in his body is screaming. He only has a few days left. He palms the lethal tool and hides it away. One observant inmate clearly clocks him, but the man just keeps walking. Back in the cell, Dee replays the humiliating footage. He watches himself unconscious on the cold floor. People casually step over his bleeding body. The burning rage hasn't cooled at all. Taylor returns and drops the weapon before Dee. Dee tells him something entirely unexpected. Taylor is going to finish the bloody job. He must do it on Thursday while shaving them. Taylor's entire nervous system rejects the command. He only has 2 days until true freedom. 2 days. But then Dee lands the final devastating blow. If Taylor backs out, Adam will be murdered. Taylor knows the terrifying reality. Dee absolutely has the lethal reach to make it happen. He hollowly agrees. He has no other move. Thursday morning arrives with crushing gravity. Dee makes his final terrifying request completely explicit. Taylor needs to butcher both men beyond all recognition. Taylor agrees to every single demand, but the desperate desire to run is obvious. He wraps a tight bandage around his leg. He carefully conceals the sharpened tool. Taylor aggressively grabs the tool. He moves incredibly fast towards Silva's cell. Taylor begins nervously shaving Silva's neck. The man asks about his plans for freedom. Taylor repeats what he has said for years. He is going to see his son. Silva's hardened expression instantly softens. He reveals he has a young son too. Taylor's shaking hands tighten around the blade. Suddenly, Alex walks into the tense room. He reads the panic on Taylor's face immediately. He demands to know what is going on. Taylor desperately blames his severe drug withdrawal. He claims he has been trying to quit. Alex intensely studies him for a long moment. Then he simply turns and walks out. No violent confrontation, no sudden move. He is just gone. Back in their cell, Dee is barely standing. Whatever life remains inside him is rapidly draining. He spots the untouched food Taylor left behind. He weakly makes his way toward the tray. Taylor watches him slowly begin to stabilize. Then Taylor quietly steps back into the cell. Dee tastes it and asks what was in the food. Taylor answers without raising his hollow voice. He used every single pill he had left. Every one. He wanted Dee to drift out peacefully on a high so this endless nightmare could finally be over. Dee fiercely strikes him. He hits Taylor hard multiple times. Taylor violently crashes onto the cold floor. Dee whispers almost to himself, "I think I'm done." Taylor doesn't flee the room. He sits right beside his dying friend. He gently lights Dee's very last cigarette. He holds it together while the man slowly fades. He props Dee against the concrete wall. He carefully guides his friend to the bed. He sits quietly until the breathing stops forever. Taylor breaks down and cries. Then he completely stops. He calmly calls for the approaching guards. His cellmate is gone from a tragic overdose. Taylor silently gathers his few remaining belongings. He walks through the heavy iron doors. It is the first time in over 13 years. Good behavior. Completely free. Utterly alone. The only true friend he ever found remains behind.